Newfoundland toddler is the first in Canada and one of the first people in the world to be cured of IBD using a bone marrow transplant.
IBD is inflammatory bowel disease. It's very painful. It is generally considered to be incurable. But as our health reporter Pauline Chan tells us, Canadian research may be on the verge of changing that. Pauline?
That's right, Ken and Michelle. Little Bridget Park was hospitalized more than 40 times in her first 24 months of life with severe intestinal problems and more. Doctors were running out of treatment options, but a breakthrough at the Hospital for Sick Children has apparently cured her of inflammatory bowel disease. The first 2 years of Bridget Park's life were filled with pain and sickness. Her intestines showed constant inflammation, and she also developed arthritis in her knees and wrists. Doctors could not get control of her inflammatory bowel disease. Her symptoms were so severe, Dr. Alex Muse suspected a genetic cause.
It's really heartbreaking to see a very young kid like Bridget, who not only she couldn't eat, she went to the bathroom 10, 20 times a day, couldn't walk because her joints were so swollen.
At the Hospital for Sick Children, researchers were able to identify a mutation in Bridget's genes, this shorter version rather than the normal one above it. She lacked an off switch for the inflammation that left her with fevers and diarrhea. She was offered an experimental bone marrow transplant to try and correct the defective gene, but there are risks.
You can reject the bone marrow, you can get diseases of the skin or the bowel due to a foreign bone marrow being in your system.
Penny and Trevor Park decided to go ahead with the transplant 2 years ago, and slowly Bridget regained her health.
Her diet is perfectly normal. She's in school now and she's playing with other kids her age, and you would never know that she had this disease.
Do you consider her cured?
I consider her cured.
While there has been no cure in the past for IBD, Dr. Muse says Bridget no longer shows any signs of the disease. And working with 60 other hospitals around the world, they're hoping to identify other young children who might be candidates for the same treatment and hopefully the same cure. Doctors say the technique is so new and Bridget is so young, it's hard to say what the future will hold for her, but they hope she'll be able to grow up without any further need for medication and continue to be a happy, healthy, normal girl.